Hey, what's up, y'all? Hope you guys are all having a good day. So, in this video, I kind of just wanted to talk about the class-based trials system this weekend and give some feedback on it. And you guys have already read the title by now, so you know everything I'm going to be saying here isn't exactly positive. But I do want to preface before I start talking about those things that I think this is a really good idea from Bungie, and I'm glad that they're experimenting with things like this in trials. I think, changing the modifiers a little bit or changing the experience slightly and, trying to bring more people in. I think it's a cool idea. And I think it's something that they should continue to do in the future. So take what I say in this video as criticism and not, fuck Bungie, screw these guys, they don't do anything good. Because that's obviously not the case. I think this was a good test. I just think there's some things that would definitely make this a much, much better experience that they easily could have done that they missed out on. And at the end of the day, these are just my opinions. If you disagree, leave them in the comments. Tell me your opinion. I'm always curious to hear you guys, and I'm not the only person who has a viable opinion. It's all of us who play the game that need to come together and tell Bungie what we want to see. So I guess the best place to start with my criticism of this weekend is the map. Cirrus Plaza is not a universally loved map. Some of you guys might like it, some of you guys may hate it, like me. I think this map plays terribly in Trials. I think it really promotes playing passive with a 340 pulse rifle, especially in the middle zones. Just like whoever goes up top pretty much wins because they can head glitch it with a 340 pulse and beam people who are actually trying to play aggressive. And this could just be me, but I didn't even really notice the class changes stuff as much when I was playing. It was more just like, oh, there's a 340 pulse guy up there rather than, oh, there's a hunter guy up there. And I think that was mainly due to the map. In the future, I believe Bungie should just go for universally loved maps when they want to test things like this because, you know, imagine if this was on Javelin. We have a good weapon, which is another thing that they did correctly. Having the Arcane Cannon as the weapon for this test was a great idea. And I think they need to continue to do that by incentivizing players to actually play these game modes. Not just the PvP players, but the PvE players who want to get, a good PvE role. Um, they just should have made a better map. This map, like I said, I think it sucks. Some people like it, but I just don't understand why they would even pick a map like Sears Plaza for this test. There's no upside in my opinion. I don't see any improvement that this map, maybe this map plays best with the three classes. I don't think so. I think Javelin just plays the best in general, and a lot of other people think that too. So I just don't get it. I think it's a missed opportunity from them. I think there's a lot of people who would have been interested in trying out the map or trying out this mode and decided that they didn't want to because of the map. And I just think that's really, really poor decision making and something that they should really look into in the future. So I'll be honest, if they just put Javelin on instead of Sears Plaza, I think this experience would have been so, 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 so much better. Like I think the class-based system really would have shown how like cool and unique of a system it is, and really, kind of have that tactical aspect where it's like, okay, I killed the Titan, now I can't get diamond lanced. I killed the Hunter, he's not going to be spamming me with, the suspend or anything like that. I think it would have been a really cool tactical thing. It's just the map sucks. I just don't get it. But I'm going to stop talking about the map. The next thing I want to talk about is the queue times, right? And the queue times were kind of all over the place. In my experience, I played a lot of solo trials and a little bit of duo this weekend. Um, Solo was pretty slow. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I got insta queues, and a lot of times those insta queues were against duos. And sometimes I sat in queue for 3, 4, 5 minutes without finding a game. I have a friend, in my clan who sat in queue at 3 p.m. on a Saturday and got mongoosed in solo queue, which is insane for a Saturday. And whenever I hear stuff like that, I think like there's no way that there's not enough players to fill these things. And I think the issue might be a little more administrative and some that they just, whenever they first came out with this system, since it's new, it hasn't been tested on a global scale. And the matchmaking just wasn't working as well as it should have. In the fact, like, there might be 6 players that all meet the requirements, but they're not getting put together because of a problem in the algorithm of the matchmaking. Um, I'm curious to hear if you guys had matchmaking issues too. It's kind of been 50-50. Some people tell me that it's been fine. Some people tell me there's been a lot of problems. In trios, I heard it was pretty good. I can definitely understand that like matching based on trios is much much easier than solo and duos, and probably takes a lot less, on the administrative side. But it is definitely a problem to have, especially when you want new players and most of the people who play this game are solo players, right? If you want people to play this map and try out this mode, people aren't gonna, play a shitty map and, get killed from up top, by a 340 pulse over and over again and not, have fun engagements and then, sit in queue for 2 minutes. They're gonna be like, oh, fuck this. I'm just gonna get off the game, and I think the combination of these two things really hurt this playtest. And if they do this in the future, hopefully they'll refine their matchmaking system if that is the problem, and hopefully they'll choose a better map. And my final bit of feedback on this playtest, and this isn't even really a playtest issue, it's not due to the subclasses, but it kind of just exacerbates the issue and makes it more apparent, is like the ability meta is still just so terrible, guys. Like, how has Diamond Lance not been nerfed yet? It is, it's unbelievable the amount of games that I lose just because their Titan is better and is, running around punching people with Diamond Lance. The amount of free rounds you get for zero effort and zero talent or skill, it's unbelievable how broken it is. And this game mode really just shows you, like, most of my games, the Titan is the top frag. It's like me sometimes, up to, most of the times up there, but the other team, it's always the Titan. It's always the Titan because it's just so brain dead easy to play. And I don't understand how we've come from the March 5th update, which, all right, guys, we're nerfing all the special weapons and ability cooldowns because we want this game to be more primary focused, and we've somehow gotten to the worst ability meta we've ever had, outside of maybe Stasis on launch. I just don't get it. And this playtest really kind of just shows you, you could say that this playtest also is a factor where it's like, oh, well, you don't have to play against 3 Titans every game. And yeah, you can make that argument, but I don't know, guys. It's just I felt like most of my games were getting decided by Diamond Lances way, way more this week than previous weeks. Maybe it's people are getting better at the tech, which doesn't make too much sense to me because it's punch someone then throw something that has no trajectory, and then punch them and get a free kill. I don't know. Maybe I'm just ranting. Yeah, maybe it's just me. I mean, maybe it's just my experience, but I don't know. I just feel like with this playtest, it's one of those things where you really notice people playing more of the meta and abusing more of the meta because you only have one Warlock on your team. You only have one Hunter on your team. So, you kind of have to get the most out of that. And it's not necessarily that big of a deal for solo, but I don't know. The meta just sucks, guys, and I thought I'd talk about it at the end because maybe it's just I hate this map. I notice more, but I don't know. I just want to bring it up at the end and kind of get some feedback on what other people are thinking too. But that's kind of all I really wanted to talk about today. In conclusion, just to kind of sum up what I said, change the map, fix the matchmaking, and fix your damn game, Bungie. Please stop this ability spam meta. Please, like, Diamond Lance cannot exist in PvP in the current state. Please, there's something you can do. Very simple changes that don't affect PvE. Please do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and see you later.